Have you ever been lying in bed and suddenly remembered something incredibly embarrassing that happened years ago? Maybe you called your teacher, Mom. Maybe you waved back at someone who wasn't actually waving at you. Maybe you tripped in front of an entire classroom. The memory appears out of nowhere, and somehow your heart still skips a beat. But here's the strange part. You're probably the only person who still remembers it. Why? Why does your brain keep replaying moments everyone else has forgotten? Is it trying to punish you? Or is something much more interesting happening? Psychologists have a name for this. It's called the spotlight effect. Imagine walking into a room wearing a bright red shirt. You immediately think everyone is looking at me. Everyone notices. Everyone is judging. But researchers discovered something surprising. Most people barely notice, because they're busy thinking about themselves. Just like you are, our brains naturally place us at the center of our own experience. That makes us feel like everyone else is paying far more attention to us than they really are. Here's one of the most famous psychology experiments. Researchers ask students to wear a bright, embarrassing t-shirt into a classroom. Before entering, they predicted that almost half the class would notice. But when researchers asked everyone afterward, only about a quarter actually remembered the shirt. The students dramatically overestimated how much attention they received. That's the spotlight effect in action. Your brain has a problem. It only gets one perspective, yours. It can't directly experience anyone else's thoughts, so it assumes your experiences are just as important to everyone else. They're not. Everyone is carrying their own invisible worries. Someone is thinking about tomorrow's exam. Someone else is wondering if they said something awkward. Another person is worried about work. Most people are starring in their own movie, not watching yours. This happens everywhere. You accidentally send a typo, you think everyone noticed. You stumble over one sentence during a presentation. You think that's all anyone remembers. You post a photo and spend hours worrying about tiny details. Meanwhile, everyone else scrolls past in seconds. Your brain magnifies your mistakes because it experiences them from the inside. Here's something worth remembering. That embarrassing moment you've replayed 1,000 times, most people forgot it before the day even ended. And if someone does remember, they probably remember it with kindness because they've had their own embarrassing moments too. Your brain isn't trying to make you miserable. It's simply using shortcuts. And sometimes those shortcuts make tiny moments feel enormous. So the next time your brain whispers, "Everyone saw that," smile, because it probably isn't true. This was Brain Betrayals, a series about the clever shortcuts your brain takes every day. In the next episode, we'll explore why your phone seems to vibrate, even when it never did. Until then, remember, your brain isn't broken. It just takes shortcuts.